Was Mike knowledgeable of the current real estate market in the area?
Mike was very knowledgeable in the real estate area. The type of things that we asked, I was very rookie and I didn't know a lot about the area. So he started with basically educating us what to look for. He explained some of the measurements and he kind of guided us through the process. So throughout the process, not only we learned about the market, we also got to see the property. So he was really knowledgeable and really satisfied with it.
Mike was very knowledgeable about the area. It built up credibility and I felt I could trust his experience.
How were the lines of communication during the whole process?
He's very easy to get hold of. He responds to the phones and emails very efficiently. He's very on time and he answers the questions as they come up. And he's very patient, so I would say I was happy with his style of communication.
I felt like Mike was very quick on responding on any questions or concerns we had, and we got the right information at the right time.
Did you interview any other agents? If so, why did you choose Mike? If not, what made you go with Mike?
So we worked with somebody else and we actually came back to Mike. Both were great, but ultimately what really convinced us to work with Mike was the way that he interacted with us, and for me, it was very important to learn how the things work. So from that perspective, it was very comfortable to work with Mike, and that was something that I really liked, and kind of developed into a good, effortless communication and friendship. From my perspective, that was something that really convinced me to come back to Mike.
I first heard of Mike through one of my friends and also my landlord at the time, who also has a vast experience in this area. And he said there's no other agent who can ever match Mike's knowledge and experience. And also he will be a strong person in the negotiation experience. And since I'm new in the area, I didn't think anyone could come with a higher recommendation than from that friend of mine.
Please explain your satisfaction level with using Mike and the Genesis team.
I couldn't be more satisfied using Mike and his services. We have found the best house, I think, for us, and it is much to credit Mike and his patience with us as emotional and nervous customers one week, and another week we absolutely knew what we wanted, and the next week we're full of questions. So we are very satisfied with all the guidance that we got from Mike, and I couldn't have chosen a better real estate agent.
I'm not the kind of person who gets really satisfied anywhere, anytime, anyway. So it must have been a very difficult task for Mike to get me to the point that I was comfortable, committing to this transaction. But I have to commend him for his patience, his making sure he understood really well what we were looking for. At times, even I didn't know what I was looking for, so he was really patient to kind of guide us through the process. And I would say I'm really satisfied with the way that he handled, with the way that he managed the whole process, especially for us, the first-time buyers here in the area. What really came through for us was after we chose the property, he was really, really good in terms of going through the negotiation process and closing the deal. That was when I realized why we are paying this guy. He really earned. Before that, it was, all the agents are the same. It wasn't the case. At the end, it was really, really a good thing to see that how a professional does his job.
What was it with Mike that was the most important to you?
The most important thing for me, at least, was his honesty, his direct communication style, the fact that he listens and he tries to understand what his customers want, and there's that learning process that he goes through, and especially with the picky customers, with people who are not really knowledgeable, don't know what they're asking. He's very patient, so that was very instrumental for us, and the fact that he was very knowledgeable about the area, so there were not many questions that we asked that he didn't have the answer right away. So that for me the professional aspect and his patience were the reasons that I think stood out.
The most important thing with Mike as our real estate agent was that he was there all through the process, from the beginning of finding the right properties for us, listening to our requirement and really hearing what we had to say, and then coming with knowledge and experience back, advising, maybe suggesting in the areas where we weren't sure, and that led to the best buy ever. And he followed us through emotional negotiation processes, being new buyers, new home owners. It's very, very important for me to have someone to trust and rely on in those stressful times. And even after the purchase was actually done and complete and we were happy new homeowners, Mike was there to give excellent advice around contractors and compliment us on the improvement choices that we made on our new house, and now it's our home, and we still keep in contact with Mike.
Please rate your overall experience with using Mike and his team.
My overall experience with Mike and his team has been excellent. I can't come up with anything that I would like to have handled differently.
Overall experience with Mike and his team is great, reliable, knowledgeable, and very good team to have as a support for buying property.
Would you refer Mike to other people?
Absolutely. I would refer Mike to any of my friends looking for houses here in the area. And I've already referred him to a couple of my friends.
I would, especially for people who want to enter the area, especially for people who want to understand how the real estate market works and they require education. Great choice.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
He's a patient guy, and he's someone who pays attention, as I mentioned, to your questions, to your needs, and he's a reliable person. And after the deal closes, he's someone with whom you could work. You could definitely feel comfortable referring to your friends and to people whom you want to help. So definitely someone you have to have in mind.
Mike is the best choice of real estate agent for Silicon Valley, Bay Area. I wouldn't have picked anyone else for buying my first home.